Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and how are you this afternoon?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm enjoying the sunshine that I can see through my window, so that always makes me happier.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's actually a really nice day. I've just been out for a walk, and it says it's about 12, but it feels warmer than that. It's lovely.
It is a gorgeous day.
But the air's got a bit of a chill to it still, but never mind, it's still gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's always nice to see the sun at this time of the year. Well, Liz, it's absolutely wonderful to have you with us today. We are particularly excited because today is a day when I would suggest that we are letting everyone know that we have moved, ASNA has moved to the press. We've moved to the Stanborough Press. So we will have our headquarters there with you at the Stanborough Press, and we're really, really excited about this. For those of you who are listening for the first time, wondering what's going on, ASNA is 20 years this year and counting. And in celebration of that, we're really excited that we've sort of started this project called Leaders 20. Leaders 20 is an opportunity for us to have conversations with people who have had an impact in the ministry and also who have impacted ASNA in some way as well. And we're excited today to have Liz Sanguesa with us. And Liz, tell us a little bit about yourself and the work that you're doing there in the press.
Thank you. It's definitely a privilege and a pleasure to be with you. I have been at the press working for the press for 10 years now. But I have been involved with books and publishing and anything to do with literature for 27 years. That's kind of scary when you say it like that. Oh. It has been a while.
Yeah.
But I am originally from Spain. Probably you can tell by my accent.
Okay.
But I did come to the UK when I was quite young. That's when I met you, Sophia, and Nigel a little bit later. And we have been involved, as I said, in producing material that can nurture people, can make life better. My motto is life is better with books. I am convinced about that. I cannot imagine life without books. When I was growing up, I guess I was surrounded by books because both my father and my mother, they worked for publishing houses, both of them. So in my house, if there was nothing else, it was books and music.
Oh, wow.
So that has been the force driving my life, most of it anyway. Okay. And at the press, the Stanborough Press was set up actually in 1884. So if you're good with maths, that would probably tell you it's 137 years or something like that. And that's what is so good to partner with ASNA, because we can provide different resources for perhaps a group that has not always been well represented or well looked after. Mm-hmm. So we want to partner to make sure that more resources are available for all of you, for all the members of ASNA. And all the carers are around. So we are trying to work together, partner together, and see where this partnership will take us.
Excellent. I mean, one of the key things that we aim to do through ASNA is to address issues of loneliness. And I really love your theme actually for this year. Can you just remind us what your theme is?
Life is better with books.
Yeah, and I think also you mentioned something about when you're reading a book, you're never alone. Do you remember that one as well?
That's right.
I thought that was great.
We have found, especially during lockdown, from last year, we thought that this is going to be a short period, and we will come out of this lockdown very, very quickly. But we are a year on and we're still in lockdown. So a lot of people were struggling at the beginning with loneliness and isolation, especially for those who had to shield for so long. And since this period has been so long, many of our friends, they started contacting us saying, oh, can you send a book to so-and-so? Because I cannot go and see them. So can you send it for us? So instead of Interflora, we were Interbook. Wow. People were using our services to reach out, to make sure that they were remembered, that they were not alone, and to give people encouragement.
Totally, yeah. And I think we found definitely with I can't remember how many books you've got, how many titles you've got in the press. I'm not asking that question. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I know there are a lot of books. I know when we came over to initially sort of meet up with you and do some volunteering in the press, which I really enjoyed, I was just walking through all of the rows and thinking how many books there were. And as a result of that, we've set up and started a book club.
Yes.
Calling it Sparks. And the idea of the book club really is to encourage people to come together with a book from the press and understand a lot more about the resources that you have to share with each other. And as you said, they'll never be alone. One of the things that we find with people who are living with different needs is it can be very isolating. One of the things that Zoom has allowed us to do really is with ASNA, a lot of the things that we used to do were face to face. But now with the lockdown, we have found ourselves turning everything on Zoom, and that has really made a major difference. We're reaching more people, and with this beginning of the book club, we're really excited that we can bring people together, especially carers. And Liz, you've got quite a few books, haven't you? I mean, not can you remember some of the books that Trevor brought when he came along to our family weekend?
Well, I can't remember the titles, but I know there's quite a lot. And I was just, when you were talking, Liz, about, I thought that was a wonderful initiative that people were asking people to share books with each other. And I wanted to, and you talked about your own relationship with books. Is there a difference, do you think, between ebooks and the physical? Is there something more that you derive, almost like getting a card? What's your relationship in the press, that is, with ebooks, which is an emerging field, and tangible physical books?
Thank you. We actually mainly deal with physical books at the moment because there is another branch where you can get the ebooks available. So it's adventisebooks.com. So you can get more than 2,500 titles there. So at the moment we haven't produced too many ebooks because one of the purposes is for us to be able to have a personal touch. And when you send an ebook, really, right now everything has changed, but it's not the same. When somebody actually has, and not everybody has access to ebook readers or to iPads or to phones. So when you get a physical book, you can actually you have a reminder all the time, whether you have, you've forgotten the charger or not, you have that reminder that somebody was thinking about you. It was my birthday not very long ago, and I actually received 2 physical cards. I received 2 e-cards, and you'd see them as like, oh, they're nice. But with the physical ones, I still have them in my house. I still look at them, and they remind me that, there was people who are thinking about me and they care about me enough to go and send a card to me. And it's the same with the books. To me, I like reading on any platform, but okay, I'm biased, I admit it, but give me a physical book any day.
I think it's a good bias, and you're right. There is still something really special about the holding, the tactility of holding a book and smelling it and feeding it and immersing all the 5 senses in the book. So yeah, I think there's something about that. So thanks for that. And it's great to see that you have got so many emerging titles that are catering for so many different people as well. Yeah,
lovely. Just to welcome those of you who have joined us here on Zoom, and we're assuming that must be some people on Facebook. Just to say, if anybody has got access to their Facebook and would like to have a look at what's going on the ASNA Facebook page, and maybe let us know if there are any questions. Right now, I can't see them. I'm just here in this Zoom room, and we're really excited to have Liz with us. We're celebrating 20 years, ASNA's 20 years this year, and just informing everyone that we've moved our headquarters to the press, and we've We've got Liz here, who's the CEO of the press. We're talking about how the press is supporting people generally within our communities, but especially people who live with diverse needs. So Liz, one of the questions I wanted to ask you was around books for people that use Braille. Does the press produce any Braille books for people that use Braille?
As you know, that Braille is a very specialized way of publishing, and you need to have huge resources to do that. So there's an organization, we don't do it ourselves, but there is an organization called Christian Record, who's actually based in the US, but they will send Braille titles and books to whoever they request. So they can do that. What we have a lot more is large print titles available, and also audiobooks. If you visit our website, which is www.lifesourcebookshop, altogether in one word, lifesourcebookshop.co.uk, you will have some titles there, but please give us a call, because I've just checked on the website and there's only a few of them there, but we actually have a lot more titles available on audiobook, audiobook version. So Braille is something. Even if you, I don't know how many of you know a company called Amity. Amity, they're actually Bible printers who are based in China, but they specialize in producing Braille Bibles. And they have the commitment that whenever a page or a chapter is worn out, they will send it to you. They will send a replacement for free anywhere in the world.
Wow. Wow.
It's an amazing organization. It's part of the Bible Society. And many of them were not Christians. And by producing Bibles, especially Braille Bibles, they have seen a different way of life. And it is amazing. It's an amazing story. I don't have enough time to tell you today, but
but it sounds like it does sound like it's a story worth telling at some stage.
Yes,
Liz.
It's fascinating.
You whetted my appetite, and I'd love to hear it. So
go on Google Amity Printing.
Yeah, okay.
Amity Foundation is a fantastic work that they're doing.
Please put that in the chat, Liz, just to make sure that we don't lose that. If there is a chat there, just can you see the little chat button there?
Yeah,
and those of you who are here with us in the Zoom, if you've got any questions for Liz at this time, please don't hesitate to send us any questions. So Amity Foundation, I'd not heard of them before, so we make sure we put a link.
They're part of the Bible Society.
Right. Okay. Yes. I know there's some other organizations that ASNA works with, and they have also produced a few resources as well for people with learning disabilities. They're called, they used to be called, the organization that we called is, they used to be called Prospect, but they're not anymore. So it's called, the whole group is a conglomerate of charities that work to support people living with disability and special needs, and it's called Churches for All. And the organization, there's a number of groups there. So there's a group that works specifically for people that are blind called Torch Trust. Then there's Through the Roof, and they really support people with any disability, but theirs is predominantly around education and disability awareness. And there's another group, and I'm trying to remember what they're called, and I'm hoping it'll come to me, but they're also involved in producing literature and Bibles for people with learning disabilities. And we've worked with them for quite a long time. They used to be called Prospects, but now I think they amalgamated with another group called Livability, and now they're everybody welcome. I think is it everybody together. I think that's what it's called. I will make sure I find out and I put it on the chat. So just to say again, those of you who are joining us, happy to have you with us. We're celebrating ASNA's 20 years and counting, and we're excited today to have Liz Sanguesa from the Stanborough Press. She's the CEO of the Stanborough Press, and we are particularly excited because ASNA has now moved into the press as our new headquarters, and the opportunities for collaboration we know are going to be great. So let's tell us a little bit more about the you were saying earlier that you had some literature for families living with disabilities, particularly anything for carers, because as you can appreciate, carers, as well as aside from not sort of always feeling that they are able to do many things they'd like to do, but often they don't really look after I'm talking from my own experience, you don't always look after yourself because you're looking after others. And that can sometimes be a bit of an issue. And in fact, if you're not looking after yourself, you haven't got any, if you're not pouring into yourself, you've got nothing to pour into others. And I know that the press have got some really good resources for just supporting people's spiritual fulfillment and their health as well. Can you talk to some of those areas?
Sure. I think it's very important to have a self-care routine as well, physically and mentally as well, because as you said, if you empty yourself all the time, there's nothing else to give. And I think personal motivation and personal health is very important. We have a wide range of material, especially based on health, anything from general information to especially mental and emotional health as well. There's a little tiny book called The Power of Hope. Some of you might know it, but that little book is only 128 pages. It's a pocket-sized book that it has made such a big difference in the people's lives. We have had messages and messages telling us, when I received this book, my life changed. I was about to commit suicide. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do. And it's just that little word, hope. It changes our perspective, our world. And we do want to give hope to people.
Yeah.
And that is our aim, whether it's with motivational readings, with the inspirational readings for every day or once a week or once a month. There's always, whether you want to read a lot or just a little paragraph, there's always material there that can help you, can help somebody else. You can always share it with somebody else. For parents, we know that it sometimes is a challenge when you have different situations in the home, and sometimes you don't have a manual, you don't know what to do, sometimes, and you don't know where to turn. So we have a lot of experts, especially in parenting and family life, that have incorporated different chapters in different books that can help us to understand, number one, that we're not alone, that we don't have to carry everything by ourselves. And number two, that there's a support group there, and that there's resources and there's techniques that, special needs require different things, but there's certain basics that can be applied across. So those things are there, and they always have connecting websites and links that you can have more resources. So I will invite you to go to the website or to give us a call. I'll put it there on the chat. You were asking me there before, we have about 3,500 titles.
Wow.
You have there, and some of you have been at the press, and it is fascinating and scary at the same time to see how many titles are there. But even if you cannot find specifically what you're looking in the website, do give us a call and we can perhaps guide you. The other day, somebody was asking me, I was talking to some directors, and they were asking me, do you have materials for grieving? And do you have materials for this? And do you have materials for that? So yes, the answer is we don't have everything, but we have a lot. So even if you cannot find it, do give us a call. We'll try and direct you where you can find resources. So don't feel that you are on your own, that you have to carry the whole world of the world in your shoulders. There's help. There's hope.
There you go. There's hope. And I think that little book, I know the one you're referring to. And when we had our last carers retreat, which was in October 2018 now, wouldn't it? Yes. So this was a retreat that we have every year, and unfortunately, because and face-to-face contact, we haven't had that now since actually 2018, and that was the last time the press came along to that event. And our carers were so pleased that there was a lot of resources that they found that they could use in parenting, in their own self-care and development. And Trevor Johnson was the gentleman with his family were there, Joan, and it was a wonderful experience. We really had a really good time, and we're excited about this partnership and how what the Lord's going to do moving us forward. And this is meant to be Leaders 20, everyone. That means we're only meant to be speaking for 20 minutes. And so that leaves us 4 minutes before the end of this session. And I've really enjoyed speaking with you, Liz. Just to remind everybody, this is ASNA's Leaders 20, we're speaking to leaders who have been significantly involved in the ministry for people that live with diverse needs, and who have been significantly involved in the life of ASNA, and who have supported the work that we do. ASNA, for those of you who don't know, is a charity that supports people living with disability and special needs, specifically directly supporting them through our breaks. And also we provide training and awareness. And Liz, who's here with us from the press, she has been instrumental, her and Trevor, to help resource our carers when we have our carers break, our family breaks, and we're really excited about that. So Liz, we want to leave the last 3 minutes to you. What would you like our listeners to know about the press, how they can reach you again, and most of all, the resources you were referring to that can support people living with diverse needs? Just share with us.
Thank you. As I said, if you want to have any further references, I put it there, is www.lifesourcebookshop, all one long word, lifesourcebookshop.co.uk, and the telephone number is 01476 591 700. 01476 591 700. We have, I think the beauty of partnering with ASNA is that we can help each other to increase awareness of what the needs that are there in society. We have heard a lot, especially during this period, about, mental health, and we need to make society more aware, and that we are all in this together, and that's our philosophy. We are in this together, we are partnering, and I think partnering with ASNA, we can develop products that you can help us to develop products that can be more helpful to you. At the same time, we already have many, but we still can develop more, and if we partner together, we can be more specific, we can be more targeted to the specific needs that you might have, to help the different carers. For us, it is important to make sure that we are a service. We are a publishing house, yes, but we are not a normal publishing house, if you understand. We are a publishing house with a mission. Our mission is to make sure that we change people's lives, that we improve people's lives with our resources. And whether it's the music, whether it's the audiobooks, whether it's the reading material, all of it is geared up to give you a better life. Here and with your families, with your environment, with society at large. And that's really what I want to put across, that we are a service and we are here for you. So don't feel bad by contacting us anytime. We will try and help you in the best possible way. We cannot do everything, so we are only human, and we have so many limited resources, but we are happy to partner with different organizations to make sure that we are scratching where it itches.
Exactly.
I think that's what we need.
I like that, scratching where it is. I like that. Thank you very much, Liz. I think that's the key thing. Partnering is you may not have something, somebody else might have something, as long as we know where to signpost. That's the key thing. So, well, thank you very much for being with us. There was one question on there about, are you sending books out direct? Can we order online? And I think the answer to that is definitely yes, can't you? Life Source is an online resource. Feel free to visit that site. And Liz, thank you so very, very much. We're really happy that you were able to be with us. Did you want to say something else?
No, that was great, Liz, just to hear about the facilities that you have and the capabilities you have to serve. And we look forward to continuing to partner with you as the time goes by. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being with us here this afternoon. We are planning again to have another session next week. We've got, I think it's Pastor Larry Evans. No, it's not. What is it? 6th next week, 6th of March next week. So we've got Bert Schmidt from ADRA who will be with us. So we're really, really, really pleased that you were able to be with us as you've marking this special year for us now. So okay, so Liz, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. God bless.
Bye bye.